Hello. Just thought of uploading this video. Want to speak something about my views, share some views and perspectives about the impact of mixed martial arts on the Indian youth. The reason being, all of a sudden there is a this mixed martial arts being shown heavily. There's a heavy telecast of mixed martial arts shows in on Indian television. Early, unlike in the past, as we know, there was no mixed martial arts actually. I'm a great mixed martial arts fan. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's entertaining. It's very thrilling. So for guys like me, we had to depend upon YouTube for uh, getting a glimpse of our mixed martial arts superstars in UFC and all. But all of a sudden, there's a heavy rush of MMA shows in TV, in the form of obviously UFC in Sony 6, and also Super Fight League, our own Indian stuff in Neo Prime. So the UFC telecasts the shows daily, 2-hour shows. That's actually great, and the SFL showing live shows every Friday, so in Neo Prime. So it's great, and as far as an Indian youth, I'll tell you one thing. I don't think there is any competition. You know, from my point of view, I'm going to watch both UFC and also SFL as well. The reason being, UFC is all about the global fighters. The standard is so high. The American fighters and the European fighters showing their skills. But things are very different in Super Fight League. It's purely the local bandas. लोकल स्ट्रीट के लड़के आते हैं वहाँ पे, अपने जान पहचान जैसा लगता है. इट्स द फेस, देयर फेस लुक्स वेरी फेमिलियर. दे आर जस्ट लाइक आवर नाइबरहुड किड्स. So it is also interesting to watch these guys also fight in the Indian ozone, as they have termed it. So as a fan, I'm going to watch both UFC, and also I want to see how the Indian fighters are performing Super Fight League. So I wanted to share some funny views on the impact of mixed martial arts on Indian youth, and could also be a research topic. Could be conducted scientifically with all those statistics, SPSS and all. So the thing I'm noticing is that certainly the youth, they are watching it, and I could hear them in the gymnasiums. They are talking, they are discussing about this stuff. All of a sudden there is no cricket, there is no WWE, there is fully mixed martial arts. They are discussing about this, and as far as I am able to understand it, they have their view on UFC is that they consider UFC as something alien in the sense, something which they would never want to try out in real life, because they consider UFC as something, what is the exact word is, like it is not their cup of tea. Means the UFC people are so dangerous. That's what they consider. It is they tell stuffs like, oh my god, these are not human beings, they are animals. I would never want to be in a ring like that in UFC, and their skill is unmatched, and they watch it with great respect, great awe. What could I say? They are totally surprised with what these UFC fighters are doing. These fighters beat each other up, and there's blood coming, and कुछ बंदे पूछते हैं, is it real? Is the blood coming for real, or the other guy says, yeah, it's real stuff, man. What do you think? Okay, so discussions of that sort are going on. And coming to SFL, the funny thing is that these guys say that UFC, no, I don't want to try UFC, it's too dangerous. But SFL, yeah, I can try SFL. That's what they think. But I want to tell you guys, especially to the Indian youth, that even the SFL, it requires a lot of skill to be there. These guys, the youth who come to my local gymnasiums around here, they think that they can try it out in SFL. They think that it's just all about this. you know, all those, it's all about just punch. But what they don't know is that the people who even come in the SFL, they have started training in martial arts from the day they were born. It's like that. No normal human being, I mean, no average person or a common person just cannot try this mixed martial arts. It's too dangerous. They can, it just within a second you can get injured, and the injury can be very nasty at times. So it's good. The Indian youth are getting motivated, and there's a heavy rush of Indian youth in gymnasiums. And now, unlike in the past, now they have started their own innovative MMA training. People could be seen standing upside down, and they are doing all those fancy stuff. They are running here and there. They are sprinting all of a sudden. Earlier in the gymnasiums, there was only one move, and that is this. I could see the Indian youth training day and night for the biceps. This is the only part they train. But all of a sudden, they have inducted the moves like this into their training. Clearly, and they are doing Spider-Man crawls on the ground there, and they are doing knuckle push-ups. So clearly, the mixed martial arts is having impact on the Indian youth, and they are trying out MMA moves in the gymnasiums. And also the another funny aspect is that these a couple of guys standing here and there, and pumping up, and then as soon as they put their dumbbell, they look in the mirror and they pose like this. The pre-fight pose sessions, they pose like this and they do like this, and then they turn to each other and they face each other and they do like this. They punch each other, and a couple of guys grappling up and ending in the ground and doing absolute funny stuffs. And they probably don't know that that's jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. But I could see them doing some funny stuffs in the ground. These guys are saying that यार SFL में ट्राई करना यार, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, एक बार ट्राई करके आ जाए. I want to say that think about it. It's not that easy. Forget about UFC, but even in SFL, it's not that easy. It's very dangerous. But things are different if you have been training in some martial arts form like karate, judo, or kickboxing, or any taekwondo, like any stuff from the age of 5 or 4. That's correct thing. You require a training period of around, I will put it like 10 to 15 years. It's not kid stuff. Just it's not the stuff. It's very dangerous. And the Indian youth definitely should not try it out. Remember the WWE giving the messages, should not try at home. It's the same thing. You should not try this at home or school, anywhere. It's very dangerous. You don't have a proper mat. It's just concrete surface, and you try your slams and punches on the head. In the mixed martial arts case, as soon as a solid punch is landed, they are falling unconscious. But these people are trained. They can get hit, but not like us common people. I have a lot of mixed martial arts knowledge because I have been watching this from the time of Pride FC, Pride Fighting Championships in Star Sports. But doesn't mean that I should try it out because I don't have any martial arts experience. I have never trained. I'm just a viewer, and I have some knowledge. I can comment on it like this, what I'm doing now, but I cannot try it out in real. It's really serious issue because these people, as soon as they get knocked out, they just stand up. But people like us, people like me, if I get hit seriously, something like a brain hemorrhage can happen. Internal bleeding in the brain can happen, and that's serious. So you should not be punching your friends in the gymnasiums if you love them. So and for those kids who have been training in some form of martial arts, and wrestling is real good for mixed martial arts, or judo, or taekwondo, or karate, kickboxing. Since a long year, if you feel that you know. So for such people, if you feel confident, you can try it out in SFL. It's a great platform. But people with no background, please, it's very dangerous. And bodybuilding and mixed martial arts, for your information, is two different aspects. I can see that the Indian youth is mixing up the bodybuilding and mixed martial arts. It's very funny to talk about this, you know. They start pumping, as I said before, they start pumping and they do push-ups, they pose like this. I tell you, the more muscles you have, the more you gas out. The more muscles, lesser your cardio power. Or otherwise you have to mix it up, you know. You have to do intense cardio. You know, I feel that mixed martial arts cardio is a very important thing. So you cannot move around the ring with muscles like Ronnie Coleman. Okay. So mixed martial arts is different. Bodybuilding is different. Either you be a bodybuilder or you be a mixed martial arts. But the Indian youth right now is mixing up everything. It's very funny. Well, cannot blame them if they are new to this. You know. Now I have been, now let me share my view. I am a very happy man. I have been watching mixed martial arts almost for 10 years now. You know, in the initial days there was no mixed martial arts in the television. I had to depend upon the YouTube, and it was very painful. Sorry, YouTube. You know, the YouTube would buffer up and slowly the video would come, and I had to very painfully, wait for that. You know, the YouTube has never been that speedy. You know, still it is like that. I don't know why. Maybe my connection, there's something wrong with my connection. But now all of a sudden I'm so happy. I got lots, tons of mixed martial arts shows in TV in Sony 6, showing UFC daily for 2 hours, and Neo Prime showing live telecasted shows in Friday. So that's a lot of mixed martial arts. I can see how the American fighters, the European fighters are fighting, and I can also see the local talent, Indian talent in Super Fight League. That's a great package, I would say. I'm so happy. I need not depend upon YouTube or any other video sites, internet, to watch the mixed martial arts. And the some of the mixed martial artists whom I want to mention here, are especially the Anderson Silva. He's a magician, great fighter. And John Jones. These are the two fighters in UFC, whom I want to watch. And till now, I have not seen. In the internet, I have seen about fights of Junior Dos Santos, but till now, I have not seen in the UFC in my television, Sony 6. And coming to the Indian fighters, I saw some wonderful fighters as well, like Daniel Amar Singh. He's a scary man. And Professor X, cool. And there was one more fighter, James, Page. His name is Page or something like that. He's a black fighter. Even he's good. There's local talent coming up. SFL is also cool. It doesn't matter whether I recollect their names or not, but fight is a fight. And there are, I'm a Kerala. There are Kerala fighters as well. I saw a couple of Kerala fighters. Again, I forgot their names. Joseph. They were from Calicut. So even my people, Mandu people, are showing their talents in the mixed martial arts scenario. Great show. And Indian youth, think about it. Don't confuse and take quick decisions and jump into the ozone or octagon. It's very dangerous. Enjoy the show, but don't try it out in real life on your friends if you love your friends.